October. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this woman has finally cracked and it's October. Why the heck is she talking about Christmas and Christmas planning? And more importantly, why has she got a stupid hat on her head? Well, I have a stupid hat on my head because my first rule in life is never take yourself too seriously and have fun. So I thought it might be a bit whimsical to put a hat on for this as it's Christmas planning. It's actually really hot. Anyway, Christmas in October. There are several reasons why I wanted to do a Christmas planning series in October. And there's going to be, every Friday, there's going to be another Christmas planning video, and it's going to be different each time. And the very first reason for doing that is because I've got a giveaway associated with this series. And if I was to do this series later on, then the whole giveaway is going to be open for the whole month. So if I ran this in November, you wouldn't get the giveaway in time to start your own Christmas planning. So that's number one. Secondly, is because I think October is a perfect time because December's already upon you, and in December things really start. Like, you've got to get your Christmas cards out at the beginning of the month. You've got to buy gifts because you have functions coming up and kids parties and all that kind of stuff, and you start seeing people. So really you need to start your planning in November. So why not start it a little bit earlier in October? And here we are, it's October, we're planning for Christmas. And I'm a big believer in making life easier for yourself. So why wait until the last minute when time is really stressful and time's running out on you and you feel time pressured? We are constantly looking for efficiency and making life easier for ourselves. So let's do that. Let's start planning in October and make life a lot easier, a lot simpler. It's a lot quieter. I know we've got half term coming up and Halloween coming up at the end of the month, but by starting in October, we can spread out some of that planning over a longer time and do it when we're less stressed, less time pressured, and it can all be done well and efficient. And also, we can have some fun with it. Because we've got that time, we can do lots of decorating and fun stuff and not have to worry about being, I'm up against the clock and I've got this to do and that to do and all this and that and other to do. So that is my reasoning. That, and I live for Christmas and I love this time of year. As soon as it gets to September, I'm like, yay, roll on autumn. I love walks in the leaves and go for a nice walk in the cold and coming home and snuggling by the fire with some soup and hot chocolate. And we've got Halloween, and then we've got Guy Fawkes night, and I've got my wedding anniversary with Mr. B, and then we're into Christmas, and I live for Christmas. So the sooner I can start, the better, and have fun with it, as I said. And I really want to go to town this year with my Filofax. So I hope you will join me on this little Christmas planning adventure. I'm going to be using a personal Filofax. I'm going to be using this little beauty. This year I'm having a dedicated Filofax just for my Christmas planning, and that is the original red Filofax in personal size. And I love this little beauty so much. Last year I used my A5 Apex, which was my daily, everyday Filofax, which I had absolutely everything in there. And that was great and fine, and it worked really, really well. But this year, because I really want to go to town with Christmas, I really want to deck it out really Christmassy, I'm having my own dedicated planner just for that purpose. And this little baby is going to be pimped to the max with Christmas stuff. But you obviously don't have to have a dedicated Filofax. You could have a section in your normal Filofax if you wanted to, or you could get yourself just an ordinary ring binder, a cheap ring binder from the supermarket, and use that as a planner. You could just use a notebook. It's entirely up to you. It's however you want to organise yourself. You don't have to use a Filofax, is what I'm trying to say. If you like this little beauty though, I have one of these brand spanking new in the giveaway. So if you'd like the opportunity to win one of these, then head over to the blog and all the information will be on there. You can enter to win it. It's brand spanking new. I will ship it internationally. There are also some other goodies that are up for grabs on the blog, one of which, because I have 2 sets, are some absolutely stunningly beautiful dividers handmade by Charlotte Victoria. She's on Etsy, and all of the information will be on the blog post, and the link to that will be in the description below. So make sure you go and check out Charlotte's shop. She has some absolutely stunning dividers and other planner goodies as well, and these are amazing, guys. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I don't want to give them away, but I will. I mean, look at that deer. That's beautiful. And this fly leaf, absolutely stunning. So all of these bits and bobs, you know, there's going to be the Filofax, there's 2 sets of dividers, there's inserts, there's stickers, all to give away on the blog. So make sure you go and check that out if you're interested. But as I say, you don't need a Filofax to start your Christmas planning, and you don't have to rush out and spend loads of money on one. Just grab yourself a piece of paper and a pencil and we can get planning. Okay, so also I just wanted to say that for the large part, I'm going to be using my inserts, which are the ones that I've designed for myself and I sell on Etsy. They're the ones that I'm going to be using because that's what I've designed. And I just wanted to say that there's 2 things here. Firstly, if you wanted to buy my inserts, that would be super lovely, but I'm not expecting you to. I'm literally doing this video in this series to share with you on how I'm organising myself for Christmas. This is not a selling video in any way. I'm just literally showing you how I'm going to be planning and arranging and sorting out my Christmas. It just so happened that I'll be using those inserts. There are loads and loads and loads of people out there who sell holiday and Christmas planning inserts. There's loads of them on Etsy, you know, so you can go on there and have a search for Christmas planner and you will find a shed load of them. So I'm not here selling you my inserts by any means at all. Also, you know, you don't need to go and buy dedicated Christmas planner inserts or anything like that. You can just, you know, use a pen, a pencil, piece of paper, anything. You know, you can draw out your own grids or your own inserts, you know, just draw them out with a pencil or ruler or anything like that. You don't have to go and buy loads of dedicated stuff if you don't want to. That is not the object of this series. It's literally just to kind of share what I'm doing, hopefully inspire you to get started with your Christmas planning and have some fun with it and get organised this year and all that jazz. There will be some free inserts as we go through the series because I've designed some for free. They are in addition to the ones that I sell. So if you have already bought some of those inserts, don't worry, they're not those, they're in addition to that. So yeah, check out that. And I will let you know as the series goes through each week which ones, what's for free and where you can get them. So I think I should just stop talking about the intro and hyping the series up and actually get started. As I said, I'm going to be sorting out my planner, and that's what I wanted this very first video to be, is getting started, because you've got to start somewhere and that can be quite overwhelming. Starting is sometimes the hardest part of getting going, but you've got to start, and it can be overwhelming when there's so much you want to do, you don't know where to start, all that kind of stuff. You know, you just need to get starting, and that is my first advice to you if you're struggling with the overwhelm, is just to start. Doesn't matter what you do, you just got to start. So let's start. Okay then, getting started can, as I said, be the hardest thing to do when you're just so overwhelmed and you know you don't know where to start, but just start. And by doing that, I'm just going to open it up. I know that it came with all of these inserts and things which I just don't need. I'm not using this for a diary, and I'm not using this for my address section, so I'm just going to take those out. I will repurpose those and use them in another Filofax or something. I will do something with them, they won't get lost. But I'm just going to get those out because I don't need them. I am not going to be using them whatsoever. I am well, I'm going to leave in here the to-do list sheets that came with the Filofax and all the note paper, because I don't think you can ever have too much note paper in your Filofax. I think it's great to be able to have it on hand, to be able to make lists, make notes, and that way you don't worry about being perfect or mucking up or anything, because you know that you've got all this paper in here, and that if you've gone wrong or you want to scribble something out or whatever, then you've always got it in there, and you don't have to worry about, this is my last sheet, so it's got to be perfect. You don't need to worry about that whatsoever. And if you're, using a Filofax, just having a section in a Filofax, then do what I've just done. Take out what you don't need. Just kind of, the thing gets massive and bulky. So we're talking about efficiency and planning and helping you get started. So take a look at your Filofax and really think about what you need in there. What you need, not what you want necessarily, but what you need. And then once you've got everything that you need in your Filofax, you can then start to add things in that you want. We don't want to be overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stuff in our Filofax, okay? So just get it out. Even if you just take everything out of your Filofax and go through it sheet by sheet and say, do I really need that in here? Do I need it? No. It can go to a pile, and then you can assess it and put it back in if you've got space for. I think that's a really good thing to do, a really good thing to cleanse every now and then. But I'm kind of doing the same thing, I'm just kind of thinking, right, okay, what do I need in here to start with, and what do I want? So I want and I need to have paper in here, and I'm going to keep that in for now until I've worked out what else I need in my Filofax. So the next thing I want is dividers. Now, I was very kindly sent as a gift from Bex from Just Keep Pinning a set of dividers that she made, and she also sells these in her Etsy shop, which is Just Keep Pinning. So she very kindly as a gift sent me these dividers, so I'm going to be using those in my planner. You could use the dividers that came with your planner. You could also go to Charlotte's shop and buy some of Charlotte's dividers. I've got 2 sets here because there's going to be 2 sets available in the giveaway. So you could either go to Charlotte's shop and buy some, which I do recommend because they are absolutely stunning and so well made, or you could use the dividers that already came with your Filofax. Or if, like I did last year, and you are just using your everyday planner with everything in, you could just literally make one divider all for Christmas and have everything in the one section. And also, if you're going to be doing that and having just one section in your planner, things like these little tabs which you just peel off and stick on the top, they would be really useful because you've got just one section, but then you can reference different bits within that section. So on there, you could put food, for example, so that you go to your Christmas tab and then the food section, and they're in there. So I really recommend those as well. These are a great space-saving idea, and you can get these. These are by Avery, just called the note tabs, but they come in sort of different sizes and different varieties. They also have these sort. So do check them out. They're by Avery again. Do check those out because they're really good for space saving, and I'm sure you can get them in different colours. Or of course you could make your own tabs. So that's just one thing to bear in mind depending on what you're going to be doing. So Bex very kindly sent me 6, which I dropped, and so they're all out of sync. So I need to put them back into order, but because they're double-sided, I guess I can kind of choose which way round I want them to be. Yes, okay, so I just need to sort out my dividers and get those ready, and then I'll be back. Right, I've got them round the right way now. That was harder than harder than it looked. My little brain couldn't cope. So I've got my dividers, I've got 6 there, so I've got 6 sections that I can have. So I'm literally just going to pop them in. Now I'm going to make the paper, you know, the spare paper section to be at the back. You know, yeah, just have the spare paper section at the back. And so I know now that I've got 6 sections that I can have, and so I need to start thinking about what sections, you know, what is it that I possibly want to plan, what is it that I possibly want to organise, and you could ask yourself that as well, you know, what area of Christmas is it that I need to sort out? For me it's things like food shop, you know, gift shopping, things like that, and I'm going to cover that as we go on through the Fridays. So this video is just about getting started and setting up, and so I suggest that you know, start to think about how you're going to set your planner up. Are you going to have a dedicated planner? Are you going to have a section in your other planner? And what is it that you want to start planning? Because until you know what it is that you're going to start planning, you can't start planning for that thing, if that makes sense. So that's just kind of my objective today, is to start thinking about that, and also just to kind of pretty my planner up just a little bit more. I want to put a dashboard in. I'm not sure what dashboard. These are all my artwork dashboards, and I'm not sure, because this looks quite traditional to me, this planner. Do I want a figgy pudding? Do I want a... I might end up putting more in, because I just, as I said, I live for Christmas. So, or I might go with Rudolph. Let's go with Rudolph. I live for Christmas, so I want it to be very, very heavily decorated. I want to put stuff in here that I don't need but I want, and I can, you know, I've got the capability to do that because I've got a dedicated planner for it. I don't have to worry about all my everyday things being in there as well. I can just deck this out with stuff that I don't need. If you followed me last year, watched some of my videos, mainly I talked about this on my other channel during Vlogmas in some of my vlogs. I saved last year some Christmas cards. We had some long thin Christmas cards, and I saved them, and I just think these would make perfect little page dividers, you know, markers, that kind of thing. I've cut them down to size and just rounded off the corners, so all I need to do now is hole punch them to put them in, but I'm not sure whether I want to laminate them or leave them just as card. So, because obviously if I laminate them, they're going to be glossy, yet they are going to be a bit more durable. So yeah, so little tip from me for next year, this year, save any Christmas cards that you like, that may fit your Filofax, and then you've got them this year that you can use. You know, you've then got them the next year that you can use in your Filofax as well. So this one is about Brussels sprouts and Christmas dinner. So I thought that might be quite cute and quirky in the food section. This one just says magic on, and I just think that's really beautiful. I just really like it, which is why I saved it. Yeah, so I don't know what section that's going to go in, but start looking at your junk. You know, when you get your Christmas decks out again, have a look through there, see if you've got any Christmas cards that you saved from last year, you know, and see if there's anything that you can repurpose. Last year I also saved, and I talked about this in Vlogmas, I had a chocolate Santa, and it was in a clear plastic box, and I saved the packaging, and I made last year these little fly leaves for my A5. Obviously I'm in my personal this year, but I'm going to keep this one as an A5, just in case I ever want to use my A5 again. But I had 2, so I've taken one and I've cut it down to a personal size, and I've hole punched it, and I've now got this as like a little, it's got a top load there, so I can either have it as just a fly leaf, or I can have it as a page marker, that kind of thing. So I've got that, and I've also been saving some other packaging. I've cut these down. I might make these into another bookmarker, so I, you know, can find my place quite easily. This is some packaging. This I've cut out of some packaging, and I might make that into another fly leaf. So basically, when you're making things like this, you just take one of your one of your sheets out of your Filofax and just draw around it so you've got the right size. Cut it out, hole punch it and laminate it if you've got a laminator. Or, I mean, like in the case of these Christmas cards, you just need to hole punch it. You don't really need to laminate it because they'll be quite durable. And you get new Christmas cards every year anyway, so you could always change them on a yearly basis. But just keep your eye out for bits and bobs. Every time you buy something that comes in packaging, just take a look at the packaging and think, oh, do I like that? Could I repurpose it? Because I think that's quite cute. That was a piece of packaging, and I just think he's really cute. So I'm probably going to use him somewhere in my Filofax too. So yeah, so I shall make these off of camera because I kind of explained them and you don't necessarily need to see me making them. They're fairly easy to make. Just cut them down to size, hole punch and then laminate if you want to. So I shall do that all off of camera, and you will see these in in future videos in this series. I have made myself a washi on the go card, and I shall probably make some more just with Christmas paper. I shall probably make myself some more. The only Christmassy related washi tape I have as we currently speak are these two. They're not actually Christmas washi tape, they just look Christmassy. But I do have some Christmas washi tape on order, so hopefully I will have that really soon that I can start playing with as well for extra decoration. But I shall make myself up a washi card ready to go, and I have my Christmas stickers ready that I can do some decorating with. Different designs there, so I've got those ready. I've just been gathering everything together that I want to use in my planner, and I've got a Christmas charm too. Oh, I forgot to say, there in the giveaway there are other goodies like Christmas charms and stuff for your planner. They're all in the giveaway, so I want to kit you completely out with a a Filofax ready to go for your Christmas planning. So just keep an eye out on the go to the blog post and you'll be able to see the giveaway. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to say on setting up the Filofax, because obviously there's a lot for you to think about now, a lot for you to go away and look at and gather all your stuff, start prepping either your new Filofax or your dedicated Filofax, or start prepping your everyday Filofax, streamlining it to what you actually need. So I shall leave you with those thoughts. But there is one more thing that I wanted to go over today, and that is this little beauty. This is a free download for this week, which is on the blog. It's available in personal and A5 size, so go and get that. I've printed it out onto Christmas paper. It's scrapbooking paper. It's patterned on one side. It's got little Father Christmases, patterned on one side and plain on the other, so I just printed out my insert on there. And this I wanted to do at the very start of all my planning, because this is my own or my family's goals for the festive season, and I thought that's a really good place to start in the prepping for the year. And I'm just gonna fill this out. This is gonna go at the front of my planner, probably behind my dashboard. My dashboard will probably be the very first thing I see when I open up my Filofax, and then this will probably be behind it, just so that I just want to kind of get my head into gear. What do I want to accomplish during Christmas? And you don't have to fill this all out today or this week or in October. You can fill this out at any time or any time something comes to you. So the festive goals, and obviously you can keep this, so you can print this out year after year. You just fill in the year. So my first one, I've got to watch and to read, and that's because I really like watching Christmas films and reading Christmas books. So I wanted to have like a goal of what I wanted to watch. Then I've got places to go and people to see. We like to try, if possible, to see our friends, see our family. We like to also go and do some fun activities. Like last year we went to Bliss Hill Christmas Victorian village at Christmas. It was all decked out for Christmas. That's in Shropshire. So what, so that's just a kind of reflection on what we want to do. I like to make things and bake things, so I want to pop that in there. And also things that I may want to buy that are specific to this year. And then also just some goals that I want to accomplish before the year is out. But obviously, if you write more than what's in these boxes, then just print out another one. This is just a start. This is just a start of a 10, just to get you thinking about things. And you can always go back to my very first week 1 Filofax Friday, which was from January this year, talking about goals. I'll link that below because I do have some goal setting inserts that you might want to print out as well. They were freebies as well. So I hope that's kind of been helpful and whet your appetite and got you thinking about starting your planning already and helping you out on your planning journey. So I'm going away now this week to finish setting up my planner and to fill out my goals, and I will be back next week with the next instalment of my Christmas planning. So I'll be back next week with my next instalment. I hope you have a good week and you kind of getting excited about Christmas now, and pace yourself. Christmas is a little while away yet, so don't burn yourself out. But I hope that's kind of given you some inspiration to start, thinking about your Christmas planning nice and early. And I'll be back next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Obviously, this is just my interpretation on how I plan and how I'm setting up. So if you've got any comments or anything like that, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you next week. Bye.